Hello, sweet friend. My name is Micah, and in this video, I want to journal with you for a little bit. I have a couple of pages to catch up on in my daily Hobonichi journal, and I thought we could keep each other company. So if you want to journal alongside with me, that would be great. Take out your journal and get some pages wrapped up. So first off here, I actually want to try something. If you've been around, you may know that sometimes I like to make these like watercolor backgrounds. Not on this one, but here, this is, well, actually this is Tombow marker and some water, but yeah, just to add a little bit of color in the back. And I thought, why not use some of my ink samples? I have so many of them, and some of them I didn't quite work out for writing, and some just have so little in them left that I couldn't fill a whole fountain pen with it. So I'm trying to find ways to use them up, and I realized you can use them kind of like watercolor. And so for this page here, I actually want to try some Figures Wheel Press Morningside Mint. And this might go horribly wrong because sometimes inks can be, even though they are so watery, they seem so watery, but they can be very intense, and then you have all that intense color on your page, and it could definitely bleed through. But we're just gonna try a light touch like so, and then let's see if we can move that with some water. I think so. Look at that. And then I thought this could be definitely a lot of fun with all the specialty inks, like the shimmering inks or dual shading inks, those kinds of things. If you get those ink properties going, that could be such an easy way to create really interesting backgrounds. Yeah, and look, I mean, that was so little ink on the fountain pen, and look, I can cover the whole page with this. It just keeps on going. So, yeah. This is definitely something I want to play with some more. And maybe you have or have not seen my journal doodle videos showing how to do some fun trees. I used some fountain pen ink for these trees as well, and there you can see the shimmer on that tree in the middle there. So that's so fun. So yeah, I'm trying to use up all my fountain pen ink samples. Very, very fun. Okay, so this definitely needs to dry. And yeah, I think that wasn't too much, so it isn't showing through on the other side. Very cool. And this is sort of like a very minty color, and I don't think it's showing up on camera, but it does have some yellow undertones, which is quite fun, so it's not just a flat color, you know. So that's fun. And now I don't know, do I need to have that dry completely before moving on to another page? Well, maybe if I don't press too hard, I can keep working. Because on this page, I wanted to also make a little background for this cute witch cat, which is from my subscription service, Cat Collage Club. I always have that linked in the description if you want to find out more and see if that's something you would be interested in. But yeah, on this day, I was doing a lot of planning and started to set up some time tracking that I wanted to do. And so that's all very serious in a way, and so I thought I would, with the decoration of the page, I would lean the opposite direction and include this cute witchy cat for some October vibes, and also maybe I was trying to work some magic with my time management there. So that's a loose association. But yeah, sometimes that does feel like it, doesn't it? We want to have more time, and so we engage in some time tracking and time management to magically have more time. But I don't know who said it, but somebody, some very, very smart thinker said that you can't manage time, but you can only manage people and manage yourself. So there's that. I actually didn't fully follow through with this time tracking. I set up a whole time tracker for the entire week, and I think I made it up until Wednesday, and then Wednesday got really busy, and then I was too busy doing things to time track, so there's that. Do you time track? Is that something you do? Do you bullet journal? How much of a planner are you? I feel like in the journaling community, there's definitely a lot of overlap with the planner community, but then I think there's also people who engage in one more than the other, I suppose, which makes sense. I'm definitely a lot more of a very simple planner. My planner is a glorified to-do list. I don't have a lot of appointments in a week, and so it is more keeping track of what I want to accomplish for my business that week. And so yeah, it's mostly a to-do list. So this color here is J. Arbin. Oh my, this is French. Rouille d'encre. And I think that is a rusty anchor. And so it's this muted rusty pink. And I don't know if I want to have some down below here as well, but maybe this is enough. I don't want to make it seem like it's blood. Maybe we introduce some purple watercolor into the mix to offset that red color and soften up the look a little bit. How about that? I think you can layer watercolor and ink on top of each other. And you can't see anything I'm doing in my watercolor palette because it's so big that I have to have it off to the side. I am considering getting one of those smaller art toolkit watercolor palettes because I think, one, it would be great to have on the go, and then two, my husband and I actually just this week bought plane tickets to see my family over Christmas in Germany. Spent my niece's first Christmas together and her first birthday. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And so it would be nice to have a very portable watercolor palette. Okay. This might turn out more muddy than I anticipated. There's definitely a balance to be had in these sort of like background colors. And I'm not quite sure if I feel like I know where that balance is just yet. Sometimes it's just a little too much. I think too, one has to be, or I've found that once it starts to get too dark, I tend to feel like it gets busy, even though it's just dark color. But maybe I just also need to learn to embrace that and like that. I'm so sorry for the abrupt cut there, but my camera decided to stop filming all of a sudden, and I don't know why. I think that's very rude. But here's how the color is coming along, and I think that turned out so fun. That rusty pinky red with the warmer lavender purple. I think it's so fun. Can't wait to see what that looks like when it's fully dry. But yeah, really, really fun, and that is something that I enjoy so very much about watercolor and fountain pen ink as well, is the subtle nuances, and yeah, it's just something that you can't get with anything else, with any other media, and I just love looking at that and being surprised by the paint, and you don't even have to do anything. The paint is doing that all by itself, and just amazes you at what it does. And so maybe it would be fun to pair that with this fun washi strip. In my October collage sheets, I included a couple washi strips that sort of color coordinated with some of the elements. I thought that would be kind of fun to include, and fills some gaps on the collage sheets. But yeah, maybe we do that. Something that I've been really appreciating lately about my journaling, about my creative journaling in particular, is that I think it introduces me to new color palettes and new sort of ways of illustrating, and there's just something about working too with your own little doodles and drawings, but then also working with other people's artwork. And so I think that's sort of what I love about my creative journaling that's different from, say, my sketchbooks. Of course, both my journal and my sketchbooks are creative outlets, and sometimes they look very similar, especially when I'm drawing. But then in my journals, I just, work with other people's artwork and photographs and patterns and textures that I bring in through stickers or washi tapes. And so that's just really fun, and I think it has a positive impact even on my illustrations. And then of course seeing how other people put journal spreads together or make collage sheets and collage ephemera, just so fun and so enriching. So yeah, it's just something that I've been very appreciative of lately. Have you noticed something similar, that maybe you have discovered new colors that you all of a sudden like because of things that were present in your stickers or in your washi tapes? Are there changes in your preferences? I'd be very curious about that. I'd love to know more about that. Oh, okay, well, here we can see it bled through a little bit, which is not surprising. Well, I mean, it's ghosting. I guess you wouldn't call that full-on bleed through. And oh my goodness, the photo got really wet. And it's warping now. Yeah, well, I mean, that was a lot of water. Okay, well, mental note, maybe do such watery backgrounds before putting anything on the back. I mean, that ghosting, that color actually still goes with this somewhat, so I'm not too concerned. Maybe this will straighten out. Oh well, I guess we'll let that dry fully. I don't have a heat gun. I never thought I needed it, but I guess that would come in very handy right now. Okay, on this spread, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, I prepared some little doodles with pencil. So I wanted to include some drawings again. And this was just a lazy Sunday, and so I drew a little, just a cute little doodle of myself actually, laying on the couch, watching some, I think I was watching some journaling YouTube videos. Do you have a specific time each week where you sort of indulge in watching YouTube videos, like a Sunday morning or mid-afternoon, and you have time to chill and relax? Or I also often just watch while doing dishes or cooking even. But I do enjoy a sort of like cozy Sunday morning. I think I'm gonna fill my legs in with black because I drew my shirt before realizing that that's gonna be overlapped with the legs. But we're just gonna work with it. so. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in so you can actually see a little bit better what I'm doodling there. I recently looked through some older journals, and I definitely miss the sort of like spontaneous doodles that are not full-on illustrations, but just capturing these little moments. And I do think there's something about even the most wobbly little drawing, there's something very sentimental about it, and it often is surprising how much one actually captures the sort of spirit of the moment. And then you're just going to indicate the couch I was laying on, just like so. And then we need a little coffee table that the iPad was sitting on. Yeah, very sweet. Very simple. And then maybe we do the title in black as well. Do you give your journal spreads titles? I think I almost always give them titles. I don't know why that is. I just feel like it, well, for one, it helps me figure out what the page is about, and then also I just like the look of it. It almost is like a magazine page with an article. An article about my lazy Sunday. Yeah, that was a good one. That was sort of like watching YouTube videos, and then my husband and I took a walk to the grocery store, and we got a bake mix for German chocolate cake, which we ended up not really, it wasn't really our favorite, which is kind of ironic because I am German and I love German chocolate. I think German chocolate is so much better than American chocolate. I'm sorry, but it's true. But that particular cake mix, I don't know, it was just too sweet. But then also, it was an American brand doing German chocolate cake, so I'm not too certain that there was it wasn't like German chocolate in the mix. So it was the American version of German chocolate cake. But I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if you buy something American style in Germany that it tastes fully like the original. So that's, I guess, just always the case, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, this is gonna have a very bold look with that black lettering. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to have a sort of go-to fountain pen ink color. I mean, obviously, like I just said about the watercolor and the fountain pen ink, I love all the different colors. You can get me to buy something because of the color. If it's a nice color palette or just a stunning color. But then I sometimes spend so long figuring out what ink to put in my pens, and then feeling like, oh, but I can't have a full range of colors always inked anyway, and so I'm always having to pick a color to go with my spread based on the limited colors that I have inked in my pens anyway. And so, but then like a black, for example, or a brown pretty much goes with everything, and so I don't know. I don't know if I'm even making sense, but yeah. TBD on the color front. And then here, I think we're good here. Yeah, if I'm just being really careful, I think I can work down here, because this down here isn't wet on the other side. Down here I made another little doodle of myself. I was taking a lot of pictures for Cat Collage Club, and I set out a bunch of not still lifes, but like flat lays on our coffee table, because I often like the light on our coffee table and how the dark wood contrasts with the stickers. And so I was bending over a lot to get these overhead shots for photos, and my back started to hurt after a while because I was bending over so much. So I drew this little version of myself, and then I'm holding a little camera with a lens, and maybe on my arm here, and then one arm there at my back. Yes. And this is the most workout I had in a while. It's bending over to take some photos. It's terrible. Terrible, but it is the truth. And then here we have a little speech bubble. This is a back workout. Better than nothing, huh? And then here we have the coffee table again. A little simplified, but I think one can understand what it is. And then I always have a little plant. And then I had my traveler's notebook. And here we're just going to indicate some stickers. Like that. That's so cute. Here, I'll show you. See? Really simple, but it captures that experience quite well. And then, of course, gotta have some cute cheeks. And then maybe I'll color in some of the rest. She needs some, oh no, she's got a little smudgy. She's got some cute cheeks too. Okay, any more doodles? No, I don't think so. Okay, well, maybe we want some more stickers on this page. I do want some writing space, but maybe we can frame this photo with some stickers. I think that's quite fun. Let's see here what we can find. Cut out a bunch of my PET tapes the other day to fill my sticker book back up. Do you store your PET tapes as a roll and then just cut off whatever you need? Or do you do something like this where you have some cut out and ready to use, like in a sticker book? I have found that I'm actually using it more this way. It of course requires some preparation, but I mean, you know, it's not too bad every now and again to just sit down and cut out a bunch. You can do it while watching something fun on the TV. Do we want more? Maybe this is enough. Any other page that needs some more stickers? I don't think so. This is all good. And this is just gonna have the cat there. Do we have like a cake or something that indicates sweetness? I don't think so. Maybe we could add these trees because my husband and I walked to the grocery. Set that down here. Yeah, cute. Okay, I think that's looking good. And so we can just add our little kitty here. And then most of these pages, I think, are ready to be written on. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you got some catch-up journaling done. I know this was a little bit maybe all over the place, but I personally still like watching these kinds of videos because it means I can listen to someone talk about stationery and journaling while I'll journal. So I personally very much enjoy that. So hopefully I was able to provide that for you today. Let me know how your journaling is going. Have you tried anything fun and new recently? What do you think about using fountain pen inks this way, using them for backgrounds or for even coloring in entire illustrations and doodles? I'd love to know and chat to you about that. But yeah, thanks so much for sharing this time with me. Until next time, happy journaling!